Hey team, here are the 5 Ds to keep in mind when selling your house. Deep clean. Nobody likes touring a dirty house. It's going to kill your chances of getting a competitive offer. Most times, if a buyer walks into a dirty house, the next question they'll ask themselves is, if it's this dirty on the outside where I can see, what are the chances it's dirty and not maintained well on the parts I can't see? Well, and that leads me to D number 2. Deodorize. The most fine-tuned of your senses is your sense of smell. A buyer can tell a lot about the seller, whether good or bad, in the history of the home just by smelling it. Cleaning carpets, furniture, trash cans, vent traps will usually help reduce most of the bad smells that come out of a house. Number 3 is decluttering. Declutter your house of anything that isn't necessary or visually pleasing as they tour. It's always a good idea. You never want to leave too many personal pictures or items. The goal is to allow the buyer to visualize how their life would look in your house rather than distracting them with all of your stuff. Well, not only that, but you don't want to give any more information about yourselves or your motivations than you have to. They could always turn around and use that as leverage against you when it comes time to negotiate. Number 4, decorate. Like I said, you want to allow the buyers to get that homey feel when they come walk through the house and make it feel more like a home rather than a house. So psychologically, there's a particular style that statistically works better when trying to sell a home. So before you channel your inner Joanna Gaines, hiring a staging company is oftentimes well worth the money. Number 5, and arguably the most important D, is disclosure. Texas requires most home sellers to disclose anything and everything they know about the history of that property. Things like seller's disclosure, lead-based paint disclosures, any septic disclosures, or inspections of the foundation or general inspection reports that you may have. As a seller, you have to give the buyer that information. And if you don't, you could get in a lot of trouble by the state of Texas. Drop a note if you have any comments or questions. Love to hear from you.